Hi, I'm Leonie, a women's health physio and pregnancy Pilates instructor. This series is designed to help you move safely during pregnancy, build strength, support your pelvic floor, and more importantly, some much needed release. Before we start, please always listen to your body and consult your healthcare provider if you are unsure. Let's get moving. So today we're going to go through a nice, gentle but challenging mat Pilates flow that is safe for all trimesters, but particularly will be nice in that third trimester when everything's feeling just a little bit heavier and a little bit harder. So we're going to start today on our 4-point position, on our hands and knees. So just bringing yourself hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and we're just going to go into some mobility. So we're going to go into some hip circles. So just rolling your hips down and around in a circular motion. Going for 8 in this direction. And then we'll go back for 8 in the opposite direction. Good, and now we're back into the center and we're going to come into some camel stretches. So I want you to tune into where your tailbone is. And we're going to pull the tailbone under to roll through our lower back, into our middle back, all the way through to our neck and head. And then going back to our tailbone, you're going to curve the tailbone back out towards the ceiling as you arch through your lower back and arch up through the middle back, up towards your head. And then we're going to come back down to the tailbone to repeat that cat stretch. So pulling under, rolling through that lower back into middle back, into the head. Let's just go for 8 here. Good, now we're back to the middle. We're going to come into some upper back mobility work. So you're going to place your right hand between your left hand and left leg. Flip your hand up and we thread it along the ground to twist through the upper back. Breathing out and then coming back around, and we'll swap sides. We'll do 4 more on each side. Good, and we're back to the middle. We're going to take our knees a little bit wider to the edge of the mat. We're going to send our bottoms back down towards our heels, Allow those arms to drop forward where comfortable and dropping that head down. And from here, we're going to do some nice big belly breaths down into the pelvic floor. So a big breath into the rib cage, tummy goes flat, and breathing back out. So just going to stay here and do 5 big belly breaths. Good, now we're coming back up into that hands and knees position. So from here, we're going to do some upper body work. So you're going to take a nice big breath into the belly. Feel the belly expanding, and then when you breathe back out, you gently draw baby back up into your spine to create that brace. Just do a couple of breaths here to get used to that. Big breath in. And breathing out, drawing baby back into spine. Big breath in. And breathing out. Good, now we're just going to hold that brace and you're going to reach your left arm forward into a forward reach position. We're going to hold the 3-point position, draw the elbow back, and then pushing forward for 1. Elbow comes back, push forward 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then bringing that arm back down. Allow your tummy to relax. Big breath in, breathing out, and bring baby back to spine. We're going to work the other side, so pick your right hand up, reach it forward, hold that 3-point position, and elbow comes back, hand to ear, and then we're pushing forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And bringing that arm down. Allow the tummy to relax. Go big breath in. Breathing out. And baby towards spine. We're going to go back into lifting that left arm forward. This time we're going to move a straight arm down. So little finger swings around back to our hip and then forward in front. 7 more here. Good, arm comes back down, relax the tummy, big breath in, breathe back out, baby comes back to spine to create your brace, reach that right arm long, and then little finger down to hip bone, for 1, we're going for 8, 2, 3, keep the heads up, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and bringing that arm back down. You need to take a wee break from there. You can just send your bottom back to your heels, just to give those arms and wrists a wee break. Couple of deep breaths. Yeah, now we come back up into that 4-point position, nice and long through the back of our head and tailbone. Allow the tummy muscles to let go though. And then from here, another big breath into the belly. Breathe out. Bring baby back towards spine to create your brace. And we're going to go into a push-up. So we're going to send those elbows back towards the body, keeping them tight, and then pushing away from the floor. Dropping down, elbows stay close to body, and pushing away. If that's too tough, you can rock back onto your forearms and then roll forward. So we're rolling back down onto the forearms and pushing forward. We're going to go for 8 here. Lovely. Okay, send those knees a little bit wider, drop that bum back towards your heels, lean those hands down, and we'll just take another 3 belly breaths here. Okay, so we're now going to come over onto our side. So on my right side, we're going to allow yourself to lie down onto your mat and just prop your head up with your hand. You want to make sure that your torso is nice and straight down to your hip bone. Your knees are bent and your feet are back in line with your hip. You don't want your feet too far forward. They're just bent back in line with your hip. And we're going to go from here. We are going to lift those feet up so you can see them just above your hip. Holding this position, we keep the feet together and we're going to squeeze and lift that top leg up and lower that leg back down. So we're keeping nice and stable through the pelvis and hip. And we squeeze, open, and close. You want to be focusing on that back part of your hip, working to help open you up and lower down. That's 3. We're going for 8. 4. 6. 7. And 8. Now bring those feet back down. We're going to straighten our top leg. Push your leg down nice and long. Pull your toes back so your foot's nice and flat. Bringing that leg up to midline, and you just want to make sure that it's not too far in front of you, bring it just a little bit back in line with the rest of your body. And from here, we're going to squeeze and lift the leg up and slowly back down to the midline. Squeeze and lower. Squeeze and lower. 3, we're going for 8, 4, 5, 6. Keep that leg locked out, keep that heel pressed down. And last one for 8. Bringing that leg back in. And from here we're going to go into some side planks. So we prop up back onto your elbow and just make sure your elbow is tucked in under your shoulder. If you would like to lift yourself up a little bit, you can put a block here for this so that you're not having to lift so far off the ground. But again, we want to make sure that that hip is around facing forwards. Take a big breath into the belly and we breathe back out. Bring baby back in towards spine, and as you breathe out and hold that brace, we lift into side plank and then lower back down. Breathe in, breathe out and lift. Breathe in, breathe out and lift. Let's go for another 5 here. Good, and then we come from there, we're going to bring ourselves around and change sides to work the other leg. So we're lying back down on the mat, supporting our head in our hand, making sure that our knees are bent, hips are in line. Breathe in, breathe out. Get a nice little gentle brace there, lifting the feet, holding that position, and we squeeze to open that top leg and lower back down. 7 more here. Here. Bringing those feet down, straightening that top leg, locking that knee out, pressing that heel down, nice and long through that leg, holding at midline, and then we squeeze, lift, lower back to the middle, squeeze, and lower. 6 more here. And 6. Good. Then we come up into our side plank. So again, if you need the block to raise you up, it is perfectly fine. Pop the block under your elbow. From here, Thinking nice and long. Big breath into the belly. And breathing back out to bring baby back into spine. So breathing out, create that brace. Lift up and lower. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, 6 more here. Good, and relaxing down from there. Now I'm going to come around. We'll do a little bit of work on our back, but in a propped up position. So we take ourselves bottom towards the heels and relax yourself down onto your back, supporting with your forearms and elbows. You want to keep a little bit relaxed through the neck and shoulders, but what we want to do here is we want to roll the back up off the ground and then roll it back, and just imagine there's a blueberry underneath the small of your back and you're just trying to gently squish that blueberry down. And from here we kind of keep that blueberry squish, but we breathe into our belly, breathe out, bring baby back towards spine just to create that nice wee brace. And we're going to drop our right knee out to the side, trying to keep baby back towards spine with that lower abdominal brace, and bring that leg back to the center. 10 on that side, so 9 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Relax the body, big breath into belly, breathe back out, feel that gentle brace on, holding that brace and dropping that left knee down and back to the center. 9 more. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one here for 10. Relax that deep abdominal muscle, big breath in, breathing out. Gently draw those tummy muscles in again. We're going to float that right leg up to tabletop, so 90-degree knee, 90-degree hip, and then we're going to hold that position there. Float the left leg up to meet it. Good. Big breath in. Breathe out to recreate that brace. Hold that brace. and lower that right leg down and bringing it back up. Now if that's too challenging, then lower that left leg and just work with a single leg, okay? But we're going to work through 8 leg lowers on each side. Good, and onto the other side. Going to breathe in, breathe out with effort. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, and bringing both of those feet back down. Just gently bring yourself back up into sitting. We're going to keep those hands facing the bottom. So we're going to take ourselves into a elbow bend tricep dip. So again from here, just nice and breathe into the belly to relax everything. Breathe back out. Gently drawing baby back to spine, lower abdominal brace, hold that position, dip back into the elbows and push your body forward from the elbows. Try to keep the elbows heading backwards. Good. 5. 6, going for 8, 7, and 8. Lovely. Now we're going to turn those hands around. Keep those heels towards our bottom, and from here we're going to squeeze our bum to lift ourselves up into a reverse bridge. And then slowly lower the bottom down. So we're going to go for 10 here. Squeeze and lower. If you have bands, you can definitely put them around your knees for these exercises. Squeeze. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good. Just bring yourself around, give those shoulders a little bit of a roll. Good. Place your right arm across your body. Hold it into a stretch with that left arm. Just take a couple of breaths here. And onto the other side. Going to go into one more leg series to finish us off before we do a little bit of stretching at the end. So going back into hands and knees position. This time we're going to get you to drop down onto your elbows. And again, you still want to think long from your tailbone down to the base of your head. We're going to take a nice breath in, relax the tummy, breathe back out, draw that lower abdomen in to bring baby back into spine to create a nice brace. Then from here, we're going to slide the left leg out straight, lock that heel down, lock that knee, then we're going to squeeze, lift and lower. So the lifting is just happening through the hip. We don't want to lift and drop through the lower back. Good. 4, going for 8, 4 more. Good, we're leaving that leg out there. We're going into a semicircle. So now we're going to squeeze, lift that leg up to the midline, hold that position, cross over to the other side of the mat, and then we're going to squeeze and lift the leg around to the other side of the mat. Okay? That's 2. 8 here. Good. That bottom should be burning. Allow yourself to relax. Reset your posture. We're going to go into the other side. So big breath in. And breathing out. Gently creating your brace. Slide that right leg out. Lock that knee and heel down. Lift to the back of that hip. Squeeze for 1. And we're going for 8. 5, 6, keep your hips square, 7 and 8, and go up and hold, cross over to the other side of the mat, and then we squeeze and lift in a semicircle for 1, 2, then we're going for 8. Seven, and 8, and coming back in. From here, take your legs a little bit wider apart, send that bum back. We're just going to walk our hands around to the left, and we're going to take some nice big breaths into that rib cage on the right side and at the back. Feel the ribs expanding. Breathing back out. We'll walk our hands to the right. A couple of big breaths here, digging right into the base of that rib cage. Just come up out of there. Sitting back on the mat. And you're going to bring your left foot in and tuck your right foot out. Again, if you need to raise yourself up, if hips and things are a bit tight, sit yourself up onto the block. And then from here, we're just going to take our right hand, place it down by that right foot, and reach over with that left arm. 2 breaths here, down into the rib cage. Left arm's going to come down to the left side, drop down onto your elbow, and reaching over. And breathing here. And then we swap sides. So right foot's going to come in, left foot's going back, taking that left hand down to left leg and reaching over. 2 nice big breaths here. Right arm comes down to the right side of the body, dropping down and reaching over. Well done. I hope you're all feeling much more relaxed. If you enjoyed today's class, then please make sure you check out my other videos in this Pregnancy Pilates series. And you can also find more resources over on my website linked below. And please feel free to come and say hi on Facebook or Instagram. Thank you for moving with me today. I will see you all in the next video.